I don't want to hear one thing about the male loneliness epidemic because I gave that guy about 5 different opportunities. I'm recording before you say that I'm not advising you. I gave them 5 different opportunities to say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. He says, I'm on my way. And I say, okay, see you here. And he pulls up, I've had an emergency situation. I told you if you did not want to go out, do not. I literally said we can reschedule, we can do another day, we can make other plans. I put together this outfit and it looked cute, and now I can't wear it. Male loneliness epidemic, my ass. My ass. And I told you like I hate to do this, I would love the opportunity to. No! You don't get the opportunity to do that. No. I was like, I give you every opportunity to cancel, and you still stood me up. You're a joke. Bye. The male loneliness epidemic.
This is just a friendly reminder that women control 85% of the spending power in the US. And last time I shared this, there were a bunch of mad little boys in my comment section.
It's really triggered a person. He said, oh no, I'm aware. That's why I blame women for the economic slavery in the rest of the world. You complain about women's rights while buying clothing from manufacturers known to use slave and child labor, usually women. You are the problem in 80% of the world. That's why we hate you and laugh as your country collapses. Dang.
At what point in time did men lose sight of what it's like to be a man? Men used to fight wars over women. Men used to have to knock on the door to ask to take someone's daughter on a date. Men used to have to ask a father for their daughter's hand in marriage. At what point in time did we lose sight of that? Like, even to get a man to build something as basic as a bed anymore, they don't know how to do. Like, men used to be hard workers. They used to build things. They used to cater to their woman because they knew when they came home after a long day of working, their woman had their food ready for them. You know, the bed was already made. Their bath was already started. Like, women take care of the men that take care of them. And that's just how it goes. Too many men like, no, I wouldn't do that for her. I wouldn't do that for her. What is she going to do for me? Where's mine? Where's mine? Like, this generation of men is full of a bunch of princesses. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. And it's pathetic. And that's probably why the birth rate is so low in 2025. Because nobody wants to lay down and have kids with these dusty men. Sorry, we just don't. It's pathetic. And I know this post is going to cause a lot of controversy. I know men are going to be in the comments, well, we lost sight of that as soon as women started da-da-da-da-da-da. We don't care about any of that. The women, I feel like women started acting how we act today is because the men stopped being men. Women now work full-time jobs and are full-time mothers, all while taking care of everything else in the house. So how exactly do you expect a woman to act when the men out here are being bitches? And I'm really curious on everybody's take on this because it just like boggles my mind.
Question for all the men in the class. Why are you as a man not moving out of my way on the sidewalk? Why are you walking in a straight line and expecting me to move out of the way? It's not happening. Stay in your lane, or else I'm hitting you with my bag.
This is why I need a man. I need to be stuck every day and hard. If I did, I would not be so emotional.
Girl, how you think I'm going crazy over here? Let's practice 1 year of celibacy.
Girl, you could do that shit by your damn self. I am not doing that. I am not doing that. And you should know I'm not. And you're not even doing that. You can lie to yourself all you want.
But I would try.
You're not even doing
We should have put a nun on our vision board.
close life.
Yeah. They do get fed, you know, I heard.
They sure do.
That's what I heard.
Seen a lot of TikToks on here that say if you go meet a guy with a slick back, you're really just like not that into him. And I'm like, no. I feel like if I go and meet a guy with a slick back like this, and all you see is my face, and this, all you see is my nose, and you still want me? I'll marry you right now.
I don't know if men know this, but staring at women and not saying anything is actually very strange. Like, it happens to me quite a lot where I will see a man staring at me and I'm like, okay, let me not get an ego. Like, maybe he's not really looking at me, but it's like, no, like, I feel you watching me and won't speak to you the entire night. And it's just like, first of all, when y'all do that, first thing I think, I'm like, is there something on my face? Is there something wrong? Like, do I look crazy? Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, but then I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, is there beef? Then my next thing is like, is there beef? Do I know you somehow? Like, is there something, what's happening? And then they won't say anything. And I think that's so crazy because, like, it's just better to state, what's the vibe? Like, what's up? Even if you get rejected, at least I know why you were staring at me now, and like just can have like a piece of, and it's not always that you're gonna get rejected. Like sometimes I'm cool to flirt back and we can just flirt for fun, but stare and don't say anything the whole night, that's terrifying. Me and my sister were just in Hakkasan, and this group of guys were standing there. Like, over here, we're like over there dancing, vibing. I felt them, like, I felt a couple of them, like, look at us. Like, they turned their position to look at us a few times, and I'm like, you know what, I'm tripping. I never like to think too much into my head, because I'm like, let me not think that I'm that bitch, and niggas are just, you know, so, like, I don't pay it any mind unless you approach me. And then, like, we ended up moving where we were standing, and like ended up moving over to like closer to where they were, because they were standing where there was like seating, so we ended up moving over there so we could sit down, so we were closer. And then they ended up like moving their positioning of standing to stand even closer to us, and now like they're really looking at me. I can really see that you are looking in my face, you are watching me dance, you're watching me sing, you're watching me enjoy myself. Still did not say a word to us, and I'm just like, to the point that we walked out, and I'm like, and they still didn't say anything. And as we're walking out, I was like, okay, I said to myself, I'm like, am I tripping with it? She was like, yes, they were staring. And I'm like, oh, so I'm not crazy. How could they go that long and just not say a word? I need somebody to explain this phenomenon.
Bro, men are truly the most annoying fucking species on the planet. Tell me why I post myself in this like long bodycon, like leopard dress, like giving sexy whatever, and the first man to slide in my DMs, he says, let's go to Chili's. Bitch, do I look like I'm dressed for fucking Chili's? What the fuck? Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, bitch, this is my fit for Chili's. Let's go get a fucking triple dipper. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Get the fuck out of my face. Don't piss me off.
Okay, so I guess you could call me a cougar because of how old I am and I'm single, but what do you call the 20-year-olds that are trying to seduce me? Huh? I mean, I'm not the only guilty party, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to seduce me, sir, so what do you call you? I don't know.
The other night I was having drinks with a friend, and this guy went up to us at the table and he was like, hi, excuse me, like I saw you over there and I just wanted to say you're really cute, you're my type. And she was so flattered, and he was like, I just wanted to ask for your number. And she was like, oh, thank you so much, I'm actually seeing someone, but I really appreciate your courage to come up to me. And he was like, yeah, of course, like I figured I would ask you out. And
the guy just like handled the rejection so well. For context, we are in Denmark right now, and I feel like maybe culturally it's different, like in Europe versus America, how men see rejection and also how men court women. And I was just sitting there witnessing this whole thing, and it really made me pause and think about how we're all so afraid of rejection, but this man was able to carry himself so well. And I'm reading this book right now by Catcalling called The Opposite of Settling. There's a passage here that really stood out to me. If we're delusional enough to believe in our inherent worth, then someone's inability to see it doesn't diminish us. It simply means they weren't the right match for a particular brand of magic. It's a perspective that makes us more resilient, allowing us to move through the world of dating with a sense of peace and self-assurance. I feel like it's a really good mindset shift for dealing with rejection, but also realizing that it's never really personal at the end of the day. So go shoot your shot, speak your truth, and take things in stride in life. Okay, this is valid. This is what I think most men are saying. Like, they're getting mixed signals. They don't want to approach women because they think that if they do that, they're going to come off creepy. So I can have some empathy for men, because I do think that if I was a man, like, I would feel like I'm torn and I'm in this like really tough position. So I think when we bring it to like women, it's about taking accountability. It's about like not being disrespectful if a man comes up to you and you're like, oh, I'm actually taken or whatever, like not making them feel weird about it. But like in another video I just posted, I think it's also about how the man approaches a woman. So like if a man is creepy and they're coming off with this like vibe that they only want to get in your pants, or they don't have like the best of intentions, then of course like the woman's going to be on guard and be like, no, I'm like not interested. So I think probably women like have this stance of, oh, I don't want men to come up to me or to approach me, because oftentimes like women are just dealing with pretty shitty men who have not the best intentions. So it really goes both ways.
Let me ask you this. Is there any men that can handle feral women? Because I don't think so.
Stop! You gotta go! I don't like her. I'm not. Hey, you're in a way. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking. You're gorgeous. I'm just letting you know you're gorgeous. You gotta leave.
Girls swear that they want men to approach, and then they act like this. Sometimes they are the ones keeping themselves and everyone around them single. Literally nobody wants to deal with energy like that. And look, guys aren't perfect. Clearly this was not the best time, but if it was another dude who's tired of dating apps and tired of feeling lonely, finally worked up the courage to put himself out there, and this is the kind of reaction he got, that is probably his first and last time ever doing that. And the funny part is, I wasn't even talking to her. I was trying to compliment her friend in the back, and she jumps in, starts screaming and making a scene. Classic fridge protecting the snacks. So yeah, you can keep talking about why don't men approach us anymore? But when you act like this, you create the exact reality that you complain about. So when you're sitting in your 30s and thinking, where have all the good men gone? Rewind this clip and you'll have your answer.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but dating within your education bracket and tax bracket does make things easier. I wish I listened to y'all earlier.
Woman in the comments said, I can do education bracket, but I want 1 to 2 tax brackets higher, so when we get into an argument, I don't full-fledged cuss him out, because I know he's making my next student loan payment, but not enough to justify his bad actions if he becomes a terrible person. No, if the man is paying all the bills, you are going to be quiet. You're going to shut up. You don't think that you are, but you're going to shut up. For these high-value men that you want, you're going to be quiet.
Okay, today I posted a video about what I was calling a male confidence crisis, and I was kind of expressing my frustrations of when men are clearly sending you signals that they're interested in you and you are trying to reciprocate, and then they don't do anything about it. Like, they don't ask for your number, they don't ask for your name, whatever. I got a lot of feedback from men about that, but I wanted to reiterate a point that was more coming out of my own frustration of why we're having so many disconnects in the dating scene now between men and women, or anybody. Just in my experience, it's been between men and women. And I'm hearing from men that they're fearful of approaching because fear of rejection, fear of seeming creepy. I think they are telling me that they have been told off so many times that now they don't want to approach. But I don't know any young person, I don't know anybody that would be unflattered or act rudely if they were approached by somebody trying to shoot their shot. I think it's actually very brave. It's very noble. And I think somebody, well, at least myself, I will always appreciate it if somebody is taking a chance to show their interest in me. Now, I find that also a lot of people were like, well, Chloe, why don't you just approach? Sometimes I do, but sometimes I get kind of frustrated of me having to lead, because in a partner, I would like somebody that is confident enough to come up to me, and I would see a form of confidence as being able to approach a stranger. Because if I have that confidence, I think I would want that in somebody as well. So I think everybody just needs to be approaching is the answer.
This morning I come to you filled with female rage, as we've been duped again by the male species. Take a deep breath. Met a man on a dating app. Actually seemed like he had promise, seemed like he had his shit together, seemed like a nice guy, had some qualities I was looking for. He planned a nice little date for us this morning, brunch, drinks, my favorite. Anyways, he asked for my number. I don't typically give my number out before the date. I like to see how the date goes. But I obliged because, again, seemed like a promising candidate for once. This has also never happened to me before, so I'm a little rattled right now. Anyways, he's been chit-chatting me up, and then yesterday, we don't talk, which is fine. I had a busy day. But I don't hear from him. Like, last night, nothing. I'm like, does he not know the rule about follow-up? Like, politeness? Check in. Make sure I'm still good to meet. This morning, nothing. I get up, I shower. I get up early. I shower earlier than I would have liked for a Saturday. And I was about to put heat on this hair. I was about to blow dry this, for crying out loud. I text him, because we're supposed to meet in an hour. And I get a text back. Sorry, I realize I'm not in a place to date anymore, but I wish you all the best. Excuse me? You couldn't even text a girl? Let her know you had to let me go through the whole shenanigans of this morning, and I had to text you? Oh! And people wonder why I'm so single.
Why do people believe that chivalry is dead and feminism killed it?
I don't know. They shouldn't believe that. I think feminism lifts up women, and chivalry can go both ways.
Well, why doesn't it typically go both ways where, I mean, men are expected to approach women, ask them out, pick them up, pay for dates, make the first move. Why aren't women expected to do all those things as the standard?
We're stuck in traditional ways, and I think it's badass if women go up to men.
So do I.
People have this idea about feminism right now. There's like a huge gender war, right? And they say feminism is pretty much hating men and not needing men. And really, feminism is originally wanting equality.
Okay, men want a baddie girlfriend until they have a baddie girlfriend. We have to talk about this because this is a tale as old as time. It is. Men will literally seek out the baddie, right? The girl with the Instagram, bodies tea, faces tea, like, she is a beautiful woman and she knows it, okay? And she's confident and she posts it, okay? And I've experienced this, and I know plenty of women who have experienced this, okay? And then they get into a relationship with the man who knows everything about you, right? Knows that this is how you are, this is your social media, this is how you present, this is how you dress, right? This is how you act, this is your personality, this is how you speak. And then they'll be like, but why are you wearing that? Wait, you look like a... Why are you wearing that? Wait, why are you posting that? That's like really bad. You can't post things like that. Wait, I'm confused. Wait, I'm so confused. Like, wait, I'm so confused. Men literally can't handle having baddie girlfriends. Some men can, I'm sure, yeah. But I've met many who can't, okay? I dated a guy at the beginning of college, and when I tell you this man, I think just like hated everything about me. I don't even know why he dated me. Like, I'm still to this day confused as to why he dated me, because we had nothing in common, but whatever. I thought he was hot. I think it was just an attraction thing. Okay, guys, we're off topic.
I met him wearing a bustier top that I got from Victoria's Secret that was not meant to be worn as anything other than underneath your clothing, and I was wearing it as a shirt, right? And I met him in that top that night. I continued to dress like that through the talking stage, and then the second we start dating, it's like, why are you dressing that way? Why are you wearing that? And why are you so vulgar when you speak? Wait, I'm so confused. This is exactly how I was when you met me. You think I'm gonna change because I have a boyfriend? First of all, and you know what? Another thing. I think a lot of men think, oh, and he called me out because I dressed up in an outfit for Halloween and his sister dressed up as a bumblebee, and he was upset that I didn't dress up as a bumblebee. Really? Like, you're really gonna get on me for that? And you know what? It's been so many years, and I still, that is the one memory I will take with me from that relationship, because it was literally 30 seconds, and honestly, it means nothing now, but still. And I think men think that women post for men, but at least in my world, in the world I live in myself, I post for other women to think I'm cool. I post for women to think that they like my Instagram, that they like my post. You think I do anything for a man? No, you think a man is gonna know what Tezza filter I'm using, or what peachy edit I did, or what the lighting is, or how this outfit hit in this photo? Like, they don't know shit about shit. I'm posting for women to think I'm cool and want to be my friend, okay? So that's why my personality, the way I speak, the way I dress never changes, because, hey, I'm doing it for girls. Wait, I'm not doing it for you. Yeah, and obviously it's okay to have your own, like, boundaries in a relationship, to say, like, hey, these kind of posts make me feel uncomfortable. You should address those in a mature kind way. You should. But, like, because there are limits, I agree, and I think modesty, I mean, it's coming back, but I think modesty is also a great thing. I'm more modest nowadays, too. I am. But you should never try and change someone when you knew who they were when you met them. For real.
In all fairness, this is what she looks like with makeup on. But all this stuff that you're doing in this video, you can't tell me that this is just for the girls.
Women like Aisha Curry are the reason why they say nice guys finish last. Women like her are also the reason why they say women don't like good guys. Every time I hear people talking about something she said, it's always just embarrassing to her husband. Why would she get up here talking about something she wish she could have a side piece? He literally pays the bills, loves her out loud. But that just goes to show y'all, money is not everything. If you bored, you bored. So maybe good guys do finish last.
This is my impression if I see a guy in public that I think is cute.
Men get on dating apps for sex. Women get on dating apps to find love. And that's why most of y'all leave disappointed.
Y'all, usually I would never say that men are hilarious because, like, they really aren't. But there was this man on my live tonight, and he kept saying, do a 360, do a 360. Right, like, the fuck do I look like, y'all? Be serious. You know you're not getting the 360. I clicked on his profile picture, and I was like, oh, wow, you're ugly as hell to be asking for a 360. Like, that is so silly. And he got mad. He got so mad. He was like, well, you're bartending at 2 a.m. And you're literally watching my live. You're literally watching me bartend at 2 a.m. on my live in your bedroom. Okay, next. And he keeps talking. And I realized, look what's next to your name. Number 2. Badge number 2. You're literally the number 2 gifter. Like, you're the number 2 ranked person on my live. But you have all of this shit to say. Clearly, you're a fan. Like, that shit is so funny. Like, am I tripping? Like, I swear that is hilarious. That is actually hilarious. That is some of the funniest things that I've ever heard, like, from men to do. Funny in, like, a not funny way, you know?
That's a shot.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I make the shot.
Make it right. Make it right.
What?
Make it right.
You shot.
I'm a jump on that.
Look, you're going to be mad when I pour it into the jigger and this is more and you're going to get less. You're going to be mad.
Make it right.
Okay, look. You're going to be mad.
Wait.
Look.
I deserve more. That's what it is. I deserve more. I deserve more. Me.
Who are you?
Look at me.
I'm looking.
I deserve more.
No.
I'm him.
That's crazy. I'm him. Actually. Look.
I'm him.
If I pour it in here and some falls out, you're not gonna get it. I'm gonna do it.
I mean, if I had to guess, the way you're dressed here is probably why he wanted it 360. That's probably why he's the number 2 gifter. And also, he's likely the number 2 gifter for that specific night, for that specific live. Meaning, he might have just seen you scrolling on TikTok and then said, oh, I'm going to come in here based on the way that she's dressed and see if I can get something out of her. He didn't come empty-handed. He has been throwing gifts, which is, by the way, what modern women say. Before you even talk to me, $100. Before we even do this, buy me a drink, buy me a purse, give me some property in order to continue talking to me. I'm not going to say it, but we all know what that is. And you're surprised and shocked when a man approaches you like that.
I went from making 6 figures, traveling the world, having my own apartment, own car, financially free, to now living with my parents, not having a car, no job, and now I'm pregnant.
I love, don't get me wrong, the catcalling in New York. I love it because I'm single and no one else is giving me, hey hot stuff, how you doing? So I don't mind it. And I just walk past and I go, but they always do it when I'm walking home from the gym, not when I'm looking cute on a Saturday night. So that confuses me. But kudos to those who are nicely catcalling and have the confidence to do so, because the eligible single 30-something-year-old boys aren't saying anything.
So I always see those videos of the people that are like politely catcalling people, like, I bet you got a great credit score. And it reminded me of the one time in college when I actually was like politely catcalled. I was standing outside my university gates. I was like texting or something, like looking up directions to go somewhere. And right there's like a traffic light and a car pulls up. And the guy leans out the window and he's just like, you're leaving the college, aren't you? I bet you're smart as shit, on the dean's list. You pretty, can I take you out? And I was like startled because someone was yelling at me from a car. And then I realized what he said and I was like, no thank you. And he goes, that is your right, have a blessed day. I was like, you too.
Catcalling isn't real. Catcalling doesn't exist anymore. Nobody catcalls. Catcalling is a part of my daily routine. I get catcalled at least once a day. Literally on my way to get this, I was walking, minding my own fucking business, as always when this happens. A man pulled up alongside me, whistled, and said, hey sweetheart, need a ride to work? I was like, no. And he goes, I'm gonna need you to lose that attitude, okay? I was like, or what, you fucking freak? It's like honestly quaking in my boots after I said that. Because usually I don't give them any energy because I have to manage their egos so I don't get attacked. But I stood my ground and he looked terrifying. He squinted and like looked down at me ominously as fuck, didn't say a word, drove away in the direction I was going. And his friend next to him did nothing. So yeah, catcalling is very real. And it's terrifying. Just because you don't do it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Hashtag stop catcalling. Hashtag I'm scared.
I guess I just wonder if you're in the same headspace when you're doing your OnlyFans content. So
I was walking to get coffee and this guy asked me if I needed a ride to somewhere. I was like, wow, I haven't been asked that since I was 13 years old. I can pull over? No, don't talk to me. Cause it's not bad. It's not good either. How's it going? It's not good anymore. Why not? Because I'm trying to enjoy my coffee and go on a walk. I'm ruining your coffee? Kinda. Okay, well I was gonna make it better with breakfast, but it's cool. I don't eat. What the fuck?
Can somebody please explain to me why is catcalling viewed as a bad thing? Catcalling is a good thing. Literally someone telling me you look good. Like when I look like shit, like right now, and then someone like hollers at me or like gives me a little honk honk, it's such an ego boost. Like why is that a bad thing? And I'm not an anti-feminist. Like you're either optimistic or you're pessimistic. You guys are choosing to view it as an attack and I'm viewing it as a compliment. And at the end of the day, who's winning? I'm having a better day than you.
Me and
catcalled is so funny because, like, the second I hear a man start to run his mouth, my eyes, like, immediately start to roll and I start blocking him out. But then sometimes, like, mid-catcall, like, the compliment changes, or he was just like, damn, and I was like, all right. Then he was like, looking like a baby Alicia Keys, and I was like, well, all right, okay.
Bro told me I looked pretty. I was like, hey, thank you. He's like, you probably get that all the time, right? I was like, yeah, sometimes I do, I'm not gonna lie. He's like, oh, I take it back. What the? How do you take back a compliment? Like,
guys, you know what I was thinking about today? Men have it so easy. Men have it so freaking easy. One, they don't bleed every month, okay? They don't go through literal psychosis 3 weeks out of the month, okay? Which that leaves 1 week that I'm normal, that I'm a normal person. So that's 12 weeks out of the year that I'm a sane human being. And that probably goes for every girl, because depending on like what phase I'm in like my cycle or whatever, I will literally be batshit crazy, like crazy. And then like I'll look back, like on my normal week, I'll look back on like see what I did during those other 3 weeks, and it's like, holy shit, who was that person? So that's issue number one. Okay, issue number two is, honestly, I really think men have the pick of the litter. They do, because there are so many pretty single girls out there, and then when you look at the ratio of single pretty women to single pretty men, or like good looking men, girls, men, okay? That's how it is. Anyway, that's just my thought of the day, and there's so many other things that men have it easy with, and this is just me complaining. Okay, bye.
I feel like we keep getting pushed this narrative that men are supposed to be leaders, but honestly, I don't even know if that's really even accurate anymore. At this point in my life, the men don't really seem like they just got it there for, I don't know. I went on a date and I just wanted to kind of just see this guy's leadership skills, just see what kind of man he was, And first thing that set me off was we went to go get some food, dinner, and he asked me what I wanted for dinner. I asked him, it really doesn't matter, just pick. How about you? I even gave him two options between, let's say, a steak and sushi. He still was like, I don't know. Finally, I ended up picking the spot. We get there, and they asked, the waitress lady, hostess, whatever, asked us, oh, would you prefer indoors or outdoors? I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. I look at him, kind of waiting to see his response so that he could choose, because I really did not care. And he's sitting there, like, looking clueless. So we're both there looking clueless. So finally, I'm like, okay, let me just pick, because this is stupid. Then, I think we ended up going outside. We go outside, and she's like, okay, do you want this seat or this seating? And again, I looked to him to make a decision. He's sitting there again, just looking stupid. I'm like, at this point, I'm so embarrassed. I ended up picking, I think I was like, okay, let's just do the booth. We said, and it was just all night. Every single decision was this way, and it was honestly a turn off, a complete turn off. And I don't understand why they keep saying that men are leaders, and I feel like they say men are natural born leaders. Like, no, I don't think that they're natural born leaders. I feel like they have to be taught to lead, because honestly, why am I the one making all these simple decisions? These are very easy, basic decisions I should not have to be making, but yet you can't seem to make the simple decision of where and what. Am I tripping?
To be honest, this guy actually didn't do anything wrong. And this is why you guys end up running into the wrong guys. This is why you guys end up running into Chad and Tyrone, because y'all continually ask the wrong questions. Y'all continually look at the wrong things over and over again. And you wonder why you fall into the same trap.
Guys, where is the line drawn? And what I'm really curious about is social media is very distracting. We all know that. But when is the point where the guy says, all right, you know what? I like this girl. We're going out. You're at that point where you're dating. When do you stop scrolling on socials? Like, I feel like guys just continuously scroll and look for other girls. Is that really what y'all are doing? Can someone explain this to me? I need a man to explain this to me. Thank you. Comment, please.
Hot take, not to sound like a gold digger, but I feel like a man paying for everything while y'all are together is the bare minimum.
This one to my homegirls. If I told you I stopped fucking with him
and you check my location and I'm at his house, whoop-de-fucking-do. If I told you I stopped fucking with him and you see us out to eat, you see his name pop on my motherfucking phone, whoop-de-fucking-do, bitch. I can't leave him alone.
Hey guys, I hope you know you're not really being like funny and progressive when you call things that straight men do gay. In fact, you're just contributing to the harmful narrative. And I know you think it's funny and silly and people are going to say it's not that deep, but it is. Like, if you really want toxic masculinity to leave the scene, then you have to stop calling men feminine for things that they do. Like, you have to stop using it in a derogatory way. Even if you think you're joking and silly. Oh, blah, 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 blah. No. And these are the moments where I'm like, you guys just don't even realize what, like, it means to actually, like, take down the patriarchy. Like, it means dismantling these, like, this type of rhetoric. And it is so frustrating that every time it feels like we're, like, progressing, like, people bring back this, like, freak stuff, like, oh my god, like, girl math, girl this, girl that, when it's really just, like, being stupid. Or, like, oh my god, my man is so gay, he won't do this for me. Oh my god, my man is so gay. You can't use gay to be an equivalent for bad. Like, what are you talking about? Like, ugh.
This video post is directed from the girls and the gays. As to which, so is my TikTok. And somehow, my TikTok comment section has ended up only being men. And creepy men, misogynistic men. Men that want to mansplain to me about things that they have no idea what they're talking about. Men that I can only assume they're listening to about 5 seconds of my video and then commenting some baseless opinion from a male perspective or gaze that nobody asked for and is completely off topic because you didn't even fucking listen to what I'm saying, babe. Like, I want my TikTok, like, I love that I have engagement. I want it to be women, gays, millennials, even men that don't hate women. I and most women do not share their opinions or life choices based upon the male gaze or perspective. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Respectfully. Literally all my comments are just straight old white men talking about my duck lips. First of all, they are Russian baby doll lips, and I paid good money for them. Thank you very much. And I like them. And I could give a fuck less if you like them. Dan from Ohio. Like, probably wearing a Tommy Bahama button-up shirt. Like, who the fuck cares what you think? And, like, men trying to mansplain me on how dating actually works or dating app works and why women actually do. How the fuck do you know why women? I know I'm going on a rant and none of this is making sense, but if you had all the dots connected in your head like they were connected in my head, you would hate these men too. Like, I'm just like, what are you even talking about? Men hate women so much on TikTok. Let me say it for the people in the back. Men fucking hate women, okay?
So basically, you want an echo chamber. You want somebody to validate what you just said, and when they don't, then they hate women. Classic modern women playbook. Classic.
My nephew asked me the craziest question the other day. He was like, Auntie, has a boy ever liked you before? And I was like, I don't actually know. Probably not, honestly.
And the follow-up question should be, Auntie, are you a likable person?
The sexiest thing a man can be is quiet. Like, oh, yes, shut the fuck up. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Why is the bad guy in every Hallmark movie just a normal dude who's like, hey, no, babe, I actually can't drop everything to take work off this week because I'm about to close a huge deal that will, like, set us up for life. And then the hero is just whatever dude in a flannel shirt is standing there when she gets to her hometown.
The men that think it's the biggest flex to be like, I don't chase a woman. Ew. Are you gay? Did you just find out that you're newly gay?
So the incels of TikTok have crawled out of the darkest corner of their mother's basements and onto my post. All I had to do was make a video about how the amount of people someone has slept with does not affect the value of them as a person. I feel like most people are now aware about incel culture and like how chronically online they are. And they're chronically online because they feel dejected by like everybody around them, right? Obviously, particularly women, but even the men around them, they don't feel like they relate to them because the men around them are able to get women and they feel angry at them too because they don't understand why other men are able to get women while they are not. Incels don't have the capability of looking inwards and thinking about the things that they might need to change about themselves in order to get women or have friends. They believe that they are perfect and the problem is everybody around them and society, and that's why they're so angry all the time. Every single ounce of their anger ends up directed at women. They believe that they're entitled to women whether or not they have anything to offer women. And feeling dejected from everyone around you makes you very lonely. So what do? They flock online to like-minded people, other incels. And they build these little online incel communities. And they all just fuel each other's hate and anger within their community. And one of the ways that they do that is by sending each other videos like mine. But to the incels who stumble across my page, I just want to say two things. Number one, thanks for the engagement. I love the engagement because you're getting me out to the people who I actually care about. But secondly, you can leave whatever little comments you have to feel better about yourself and sleep at night, but I will never ever give a shit about what a man thinks, not only about me, but about literally anything.
There's a woman, and I'm actually impressed by this. Woman that said, actually, I do kind of care how many people that my partner has been with. To me, it shows or gives me insight into their character and morally how they tend to behave. But of course, when men say stuff like this and check her and hold her accountable, then you're an incel and all of the signs, insults, guilt, need to be right, shaming people. Kevin Samuels is right again.
Not let me in the club. Look, please look at what I'm wearing. They said because of my jean shorts. Mind you, the invitation said cocktail attire / fashion forward. Give me more fashion forward than this. And this is why I know I can't be anywhere except the North. Fuck DC.